Is this the most underrated Spider-Man game?
Releasing in 2012, The Amazing Spider-Man is the first of 2 movie tie-in games based on the Andrew Garfield films of the same name, and the first step to getting all the achievements is to play through the main story on its hardest difficulty. The game takes place a few months after the events of the film, where Peter and Gwen are taking a tour of the Oscorp building with one of its lead scientists, Alistair Smythe. And during the tour, he started showcasing his work with different breeds of cross-species, but of course, it all went wrong, Gwen got bit, and all of the cross-species escaped and scattered around the city. One of them ended up in a park, and this giant robot emerged from the ground, and I started the first boss fight in the game. For this boss, all I had to do was attack its weak points and web shoot its legs to defeat it.
Oh, nice. Siege averted. Let's go.
Later on in the story, I was tasked with breaking Kurt Connors out of prison to help create a cure for the cross-species that escaped. And while on my way through the prison, I was ambushed by a bunch of enemies and had an opportunity to get my second achievement.
I think there's an achievement for a 42-hit combo, and I'm pretty sure I'm just going to get it right here. One more should do it. Yep, there it is. Yep, I'm on a roll achievement. Let's go.
But after breaking Connors out of prison, I was introduced to the free roam aspect of the game, where I found a civilian in trouble, saved him, and then found the Rhino terrorizing the city. The boss was pretty simple, as all I had to do was dodge and attack him multiple times.
Oh, that's it. Speed bump ahead. That one's for defeating the Rhino in the city.
I continued progressing through the story normally and was able to get a few more achievements, starting with one for performing 25 signature moves.
Oh, I got an achievement. FYI, I'm Spider-Man. Oh, I got an achievement. Lightweight champion. That one's for defeating 100 enemies. Let's go. Oh, yeah, I got an achievement. Stick to the plan. That's defeating 50 enemies by performing stealth takedowns.
But it wasn't long until I reached the next boss fight in the game against this rat-looking creature, and after beating him up for a bit, I defeated him, got an achievement, and was ambushed by this giant robot. In order to defeat it, I had to get close enough to web strike it a few times before eventually getting the prompt to disable it. And after defeating that one and a few more, I got an achievement.
Oh, nice, I got an achievement. Who's the prey?
But I also got an achievement for defeating one of them without using my web shooters, and one for preventing another one from coming to attack me.
Oh, I got an achievement. Call interrupted.
While playing through more of the story, Connors configured a cure and I had to deliver it to Gwen and Smythe over at Oscorp. But in the process, I reached another simple boss fight against a giant iguana and took him out for another achievement.
Nice. Apparent defeat.
But back to the cures, it was supposed to be used for Gwen since she got bit, but Smythe took it for himself and it turned out to be lethal. Needless to say, Smythe was not happy and tried to kill us, but now we had to escape from Oscorp. But standing in my way was Scorpion, so I quickly defeated him, got an achievement, and was met with the bigger threat of this mission.
Okay, so for this battle, I have to keep web shooting his eyes, which are his weak point, while simultaneously dodging his attacks until I get the chance to web strike him. Like that. So I have to do that multiple times until I defeat him.
So after doing that multiple times, I was able to defeat him.
Big apple, big worm. Let's go.
After beating that giant robot, Connors was able to make a new cure, and we had to deliver it to Gwen once and for all. But along the way, I met back up with my old pal the Rhino, and got a few more achievements, starting with defeating him.
Okay, so I'm up against the Rhino for the second time, and it looks like to beat him, I have to dodge his moves like this, and then link these, and then, as I was gonna say, link these electrical wires together, and then it should be able to electrocute him. Like, if I do that really quick, and then if he runs at me, it'll electrocute him, and then I can web strike him, and then attack him. And then if I do that over and over again, I should be able to beat him. And then, yep, it was that simple. Down for the count. Oh, I got an achievement. Middleweight champion. 500 enemies defeated. There we go. Haymaker. I think that's the achievement for it. Yeah, performed a web strike punch. Let's go.
So I ended up saving Gwen with the antidote, but as it turns out, I didn't fully defeat Scorpion because now he's on the loose in the city.
Okay, so for this boss fight, it looks like you have to punch him over and over again until he goes up there. And then you just have to dodge his poison attacks, which I'm trying my best to do until it gives me the ability to web strike, like I just did there, and then shoot him back. So if I do that multiple times, I think I can beat him. Oh, and just like that. Already defeated. Nice, pest control.
Once Scorpion was taken care of, I kept playing and eventually reached this section with Black Cat. But it was here where I actually had an opportunity to get an achievement for performing 100 stealth takedowns.
Oh, I got an achievement all tied up.
But I then quickly reached the Black Cat boss fight.
Okay, so I'm up against Black Cat here, and it looks like every time I try to attack her, she counters me. So maybe I have to web shoot her? And that's exactly what it... Okay, never mind. Even web shooting her doesn't do much. Okay, so I see what I have to do. So all I have to do is web shoot her until it prompts me to web strike her, and then punch her a few times and repeat until I beat her. And just like that, I beat her. I got the Jinxed achievement.
I made it back to my apartment, and upon finding it completely trashed and Connor's nowhere to be seen, I was attacked by another group of giant robots.
Okay, so I got ambushed, and now I'm put up against 3 different robots, and I have to take all 3 of them out by web striking them. Oh my god, finally with this mission, man. Oh my goodness gracious, this mission took me like 20 minutes, and I would beat 2 of them and then die every single time. But I finally beat them all. Jesus Christ, bro. Oh, and there's an achievement, beating the odds, which has cleared the second fight against the Hunter robots. Thank God.
Not long after defeating those robots, I found out that Connors was kidnapped by Smythe, so I made my way over there to free him, but was stopped by Smythe and had my powers stolen. But that didn't stop me from escaping and getting an achievement in the process.
What? I got an achievement. Keep it together? Oh, immobilize 6 enemies simultaneously with web.
But after escaping from Smythe, I met back up with Connors and Gwen, and with my powers gone, Connors believed that the only way to defeat Smythe for good is if he transforms into the lizard. But of course, we couldn't let Connors go about it alone, so we made our way over there, got our powers back, and went up against Smythe once and for all.
Okay, so I'm up against Alistair Smythe here, and in order to beat him, I have to dodge his lasers and web shoot his arm cannons like I did just there multiple times, and then I'll be able to take him out. Alright, I think I have to do this one more time to beat him. Yeah, I gotta keep getting rid of his arms, and he's just one more arm left. Oh, nope, or I might have beaten him right there. Oh, I got an achievement, tomorrow is saved, but I'm getting attacked by the lizard.
So I got an achievement for defeating Alistair Smythe, but as you saw there, the lizard was in full effect, so now we have to take him out to finish the game. But first, I actually got an additional achievement for saving Alistair Smythe, but then made my way down into the sewers to hunt down the lizard. But I was delayed by one final cross-species boss.
Okay, so I'm up against this weird creature thing. Apparently his name is Natty, but in order to beat him, I basically just have to keep punching him. Okay, so along with punching him, I have to interact with these wheels to drain the water, and then I can go to town on him. And I have to do that multiple times in order to defeat him. And then after doing that multiple times, I beat this Natty creature, and I should get the achievement right there. Deeply sorry.
And after beating that final cross-species, it was time for the final boss in the game against the lizard.
Okay, so I'm on the final battle against the lizard, and it looks like what I have to do is web shoot him so that he can stop jumping from platform to platform, and then web strike him like I just did there, and get into a little bit of a one-on-one battle like I'm doing with him right now. And I have to do this multiple times in order to beat him and finish the game. And there it is, just like that. Welcome back, friend achievement. And I got the achievement for Peter Parker. I should get 3 here for beating the game on the max difficulty. I got the achievement Spider-Man. And the Vigilante achievement. They were out of order, but that should be for completing the game on Superhero, Hero, and Human difficulty. Let's go. Okay, now that I'm finished with the story, I have a few more side missions to finish up that I didn't do during the story mode. Starting with these icons over here that represent Oscorp Secret Labs. So once I finish up all of these, I'll get another achievement.
So I kept playing through all of the Oscorp labs until I reached the last one.
Okay, so these two are the last two guys that I need to take out in the last Oscorp Secret Lab missions. And I just need to wait for them to get close together so I can take them both out at once. And there we go. They are both taken out. And now all I need to do left is interact with all of these computers. And then I'll finish the last mission. And there it is. Gladiator. Let's go. Okay, now the next side mission I'm going to is called the Extreme Challenges. There are multiple Extreme Race Challenges and multiple Extreme Video Challenges in this game, and completing both sets of those will get me an achievement for each of them. So I'm going to head over there now and complete the first set of challenges.
Basically, what these extreme races consisted of were keeping Spider-Man inside of a video frame and completing races around the map. I got achievements for completing all the video challenges and race challenges, and then moved on to these missions called Police Deadlocks, where I basically had to defeat all the enemies in the area. But during these missions, I managed to get some achievements for defeating 1,000 enemies and acquiring all of the upgrades. But after a while, I managed to get to the last Deadlock mission.
Okay, so I'm on the last Police Deadlock mission. And overall, these missions were kind of difficult because they were all, the enemies, they were all armed. And every time I try to fight one of them, I would get shot by another one. And it would just break my combo. And getting shot does a lot of damage to me. So they weren't that easy, but I'm going to go ahead and complete them now. And I should get the achievement after completing this mission. And there it is, the achievement, Negotiator. Alright, now after completing that last Deadlock challenge, I learned about an achievement where I have to chain 10 web strikes, or web rushes, throughout the city. And I'm going to try to do that now. And there it is. Sky Captain.
The next few missions I started were car chases, and completing all of them would get me the Car Hopper achievement.
Okay, so I'm on the last car chase mission, and overall, these missions were pretty easy. They just follow the same format where I have to web shoot the windshield and then dodge his bullets, and then take out the cars like that. And that's pretty much it. So once I complete this mission, I should get the achievement. So I'm going to go ahead and finish it up really quick, and then get the achievement at the end. And there it is. Car Hopper achievement. Okay, now the next few achievements I have to go for. There are two little person icons on the map. One blue person icon and one red person icon. The red person is for infected civilians. The blue person is for escaped Beloit patient. I have to clear the map of all red and blue icons, and each of them will get me an achievement. And it looks like there are less blue icons, so I'm going to go ahead and start up here at the top and just make my way down and get every single Beloit patient out of the way for the next achievement in the game. Alright, so here I am dropping off the last mental patient. Once I land here and drop him, I should get that achievement. Yep, there it is. Peace of mind. Alright, and I am currently carrying the last infected civilian to the medical center to get that last achievement there. And once I drop him down here, yep, infected population 0 and sanitized achievement.
Now that those side missions are out of the way, I started working on the 5 collectible based achievements, starting with the one for collecting all 700 comic book pages around the map.
Aha, finally. Oh my gosh, the last 2 comic book pages, 700 of these collectibles. Oh my god, I can finally put this achievement in the dirt. Jesus Christ, 700 out of 700. Let's go on the fly achievement.
Now the other 4 collectible achievements in the game were for finding all the different types of pickups found throughout the level, so I started replaying every level in the game and got those achievements. Now with all the collectible achievements out of the way, one of the last achievements I needed was to collect all the concept art in the game, and I did that by taking photos of various items and enemies throughout the game.
Okay, so now that I have all the collectibles in the game, I have an achievement to unlock all the concept art, and I was scrolling through that, and apparently I don't have a photo of Scorpion. I just totally forgot to take a photo of him in my main run of the game, so I'm going to try to take a photo right there And then that should unlock me all the concept art and should get me the achievement. Yeah, so there's the check mark for Scorpion. And there's the concept art unlocked achievement. Let's go, Amazing Spider-Man. Okay, now for the last achievement I have to get in this game, I actually have to load up the SO1 fight, and I have to defeat the enemy without touching the ground. So I'm going to load that up now, and then I should get every achievement in this game. Alright, so I spawned on the ground. I don't necessarily know what the strategy is for this achievement. I'm just going to keep trying to immediately hold the swing button. I hope that spawning on the ground didn't void the achievement, because I don't know how else I would get this achievement then if I'm just going to spawn there. So there, all of his eyes are defeated right off the bat. I'm just going to swing around and hope that I remember what to do, because it's I honestly don't... Oh, there we go. He one more eye that I forgot about. See, yeah, it almost just took me right on the ground. I don't know, like... I feel like that's going to end up screwing me over eventually. Yeah, like... Okay, right there. Anyway, so far it's not that bad. I mean, now I'm kind of remembering how this fight goes. But I gotta remember, I gotta remember to spam the swing button the second I get out of one of those animations. Because then it's gonna drop me on the ground. Okay, yep, it probably just... Okay, so I got hit, but I was still able to stay in the air. If I can get the prompt right there. There we go. Okay, spam the swing button, because I'm going to end up touching the ground if I don't. Okay, now if I remember correctly, the legs gave me quite a bit of trouble when I was playing for the first time. So I got to be very careful, because I remember I got hit so many times. Okay, so I got 2 of its legs down. Okay, that's 3 of its legs down. Now if I can just turn myself around... Okay, 4 of its legs are down already. Alright, there we go. Now I just need 1 more of its legs. I just need to stay in the air. Gotta stay in the air here. Just need to aim myself towards this guy's leg. So that not only I can stay in the air, but I can also hit his leg. I'm not getting a good angle on this guy. It's not letting me get a good angle. Oh, that was a close one. Alright, there. Oh no! I think I touched the ground last second. Are you serious? Oh man, that's not gonna count now. Dude. Wow. That's crazy. Oh well, maybe I'll try it just in case, but I'm like 90% sure that that just counted as me touching the ground. Wow. Oh, never mind, it didn't. I got the Sky's the Limit achievement. And that's it. That's for defeating the SO1 without touching the ground, which officially means I have all the achievements in the Amazing Spider-Man now. Let's go.
Honestly, I really enjoyed this game and found it to be pretty underrated. It had good gameplay and a very interesting story. But I do only have 1 more Spider-Man game to complete before I finish my challenge, so follow along on my channel to find out what's next.